So I started thinking about this a little bit, and obviously the show today is a little bit different than it would have been yesterday. But I think what agitates me so much about all of this is that I felt like it was predictable last night. I felt like it was clear that they were going to come out and kind of run away from the Braves. Like I was not surprised. I was surprised that Nola struggled in the first inning the way he did, which we need to talk about. But so much so that I wish we had the technology to give you the screenshot of our exchange last night at, let's see here, 7:14. I said, well, I'm not going to read what I said to start the conversation, but I'll paraphrase it. I said, you're going to love me tomorrow on this show. I said, we're going to really probably be very different in terms of how we come to the show. And then I followed up after Nola's first inning. 37 pitches is comical. 37 pitches, mind you. And the Braves were like, here you go. Get out of the inning for free. I said they can win 19-3 tonight. This is a 7:14 p.m. by the way. They can win 19-3 tonight, and I'm gonna fucking crush them tomorrow, is what I said to you. And then 3 hours later, it's 19-4. So, I just a couple things.
It's unbelievable to me. Like Bob, I like of all the crazy texts that you've sent and immediately something happened that was related to that text.
Yeah.
That might be the most unbelievable one of them all.
I think I sent the text after Schwarber homered, or like got them right back in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was once the game was tied. Maybe it was Real Muto homered. Like, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it was after Real Muto's homer.
Yeah.
Because I had sent a text back to you like, here you go. Look, they're coming right back, and you're like, oh yeah, Phillies baseball, woohoo! And then you're like, I don't care if it's 19-4, if they win a game 19-3, I'm still killing them. And then they went ahead and scored 16 more runs. Like that's unbelievable that you called that.
Well, so here's what I'm like fighting with. Like, so I've had some tweets. Like I've gotten caught up in the moment this week a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I've gotten some pushback. Generally speaking, when I tweet, people like don't argue with me because like my tweets are like more like data statty. Like they're not takey. I've gotten a little takey this week. I admit it. But I'm surprised. I think like first of all, I tweeted and I stand by this something to the effect of if the Phillies played this team another 7 games. The Mets would at Citi Field. I'm pretty sure the Mets would be in first place by the end of it. Like, the numbers are the numbers. Like, I don't think that's an outrageous tweet. If the Phillies had to play another 5 games there through next week, they might win one of them. Seriously, like I don't think I wouldn't bet the Phillies on any individual game to win any of them. They would probably eventually trip into one, but I don't think that that's an outrageous tweet. And people are like, oh yeah, you're overreacting. You're getting swept up in the moment. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Last night they go down 3-0. I tweet, like I knew, and we talked. This was one of the first shows we did this season. It's going to be hard to get buy-in from fans this year, like truly believe in the Phillies, and everything is going to be overanalyzed and scrutinized. And that is the case. That is exactly what has happened. They are up, in real time, 4 games in the division when I send this tweet. And they're in first place. They're probably going to win the division. They've been okay for the last 3 months. It's not like they've been horrible. They came into the night 5 games over since June 1. It's not terrible. It's okay. It's pretty good. But like, I don't feel the buy-in. Like did I get caught up in like angry Twitter this week? Did I get caught up in WIP land this week? Like, I don't think that the majority of Phillies fans believe that this team is going to win it or like really should win it. I think a lot of people are frustrated that like their deficiencies are still their deficiencies. I think a lot of people are frustrated they didn't do more in the offseason. Am I misreading it? Because then I get a response back from the guy who runs that like Phillies Bell account, who I appreciate because he like retweets our show sometimes and stuff and is, whatever. But he's like, well, 40,000 fans per night would disagree with you and the tens of thousands that listen to the radio and TV. And I'm like, I've gone to games this year and I don't believe this team's going to win the World Series. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. So I guess what he's trying to say there is that the noise that you hear still is the minority of people.
But it's easy to say it when your team's like, ooh, boom, home run, Cal Quantrill.
No. But like, here's
not saying him specifically, but a lot of people that were like, the boys are back. How do you doubt on the Phils?
No.
I don't think on Tuesday night we're like, I can't watch this anymore.
They could have got shut out last night. I'd say the same thing, right? Like I'd say the same thing. I think the Twitter, social media is an echo chamber, and sports talk radio there's the 10% of the people that listen to the show, not even 10, probably less than that now, because they have the same freaking people on all day long, calling 5 times a day. But it used to be, when I worked there years ago, about 10% of the people who listened to the show called in.
Yeah.
Right. Like overall, it's obviously a small percentage per show. Yeah. It's like 10 people call in. Right. No. So yeah. So like that. So there is that large silent majority who are still very supportive of the team, still believe in or have hope in the team and believe in the team.
Supportive and hope and go to the games and watch and care.
Yeah. And think that they still not, and they're not going to win. Of course you could be that,
and not just because mathematically they're not supposed to. I think that there are a lot of people that are very frustrated, appreciative of a first place team, and like Kevin Kincaid. Let me summon my inner Kevin Kincaid. Like two things can be true. Like, well, like go back to 2015 when the team was dog shit. You should be thankful for. Like, yeah, I guess. Like, you can be thankful that a team is has a 5-game lead in the division and has a crack at winning a World Series, and also very frustrated that the same deficiencies and same problems keep showing themselves. Like,
I'm with Amy on this. I can tolerate Phillies Twitter way more than Flyers Twitter. Yes.
Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Flyers Twitter game, but
at least Phillies Twitter people know the game.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say not everybody on Flyers Twitter is that bad. But a lot of them are. But here's the thing with Phillies Twitter. So I'll give you an example. Last night, I'm not tweeting really yet. I just finished writing a story. Just kind of, I'm sitting there, eating my little cup of ice cream from Frankie Two Scoops, as the game's starting, and they give up the 3 runs in the first inning, whatever. I'm not even on my computer. And at the bottom of the first, Schwarber comes up first at bat, hits a solo home run. Okay, I said Kyle Schwarber breaks his 0 for 20 streak with his 46th home run, or whatever my tweet. It was something very generic like that, right? It was a stat-driven thing. Like, he was 0 for 20, hadn't got a hit in a week, and he just hit a home run. Okay, great. You know what the responses I got were? Way to gloss over Nola giving up 3 runs in the first inning. Like, it had nothing. One has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
But that was the response that I was getting, right? And it was like, okay, so there we go. So that's kind of what you're talking about. That's what exists out there. Like,
yeah, maybe I'm deflecting my own beliefs and what I'm seeing in my own circle and saying like, well, but like I have friends that are very big time Phillies fans, and they're, I would say, on the intelligent side. And I think that they're very much like existing in my headspace right now, which is like, this team is going to win the division. I think that there's probably going to come a time where 3 straight games happen where they don't hit and get eliminated. And we're going to be sitting here this winter going, well, this has been a largely good 4 years that has been bitterly disappointing at the end. And now, oh, by the way, their DH, who's going to hit 59 home runs this year, might not be back next season. And their best pitcher has to overcome a pretty significant health concern to be back. And what are they going to do with that's where I think is going to happen. And I want them to win. I'm invested in them. I watch it. We're doing a show about it. I used to cover it. Like, I couldn't be more in terms of time investment, but I don't believe this team is going to win a World Series. And 19-4 last night does nothing to change my mind.
No, and I'm with you. I don't think they're going to win the World Series either.
And if they swept the Mets, I would have gotten on here today. I'm like, damn, they showed something this week, right? But I also wouldn't have been like, now I believe they're going to win the World Series.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't think anybody's position on the team changed this week, whether one way or the other. Like, even if, and like you said, even if they went out and swept the Mets, I don't think the two of us are coming on here saying print the World Series ticket.
It would have been holly jolly, though. It would have been like, wow, that was what you wanted to see. This team,
sure,
turning a corner. Is it different? Like, that would be the that would be the conversation.
Sure,
But
the conversation would be different, but I don't necessarily think
I'd
it
still
changes.
arrive at the same point. It would just be in a more positive manner.
Yeah, exactly. I've said all along, I think the team's good enough to get to the National League Championship Series. I don't think they're getting past it. That's all there is to it. Like, I just think that's where it runs out this year. And that's fine. Like, I mean, it's fine in the sense of that's kind of what we think they are. That's what we kind of know that they are, and we see that they are, and we think it's going to end the same in a very similar fashion. And that's okay. That's how we view it. But I understand the frustration because everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win the championship, and it feels like they have stuck with the same group for too long and didn't make enough changes to get past that point. And that's where the frustration lies.